What we're going to look in this tutorial is replace color. Replace color is really great if you simply want to just take one color and replace it. The only thing that's not so good about this one is it is destructive. So it just means that we have to be somewhat non-destructive when we approach it. So for example, we're going to duplicate this layer. So in case we mess up, we still have the original layer. So we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Replace Color. And you get this dialog box. And the way that this works is you're going to select a color here to start. We're going to uncheck localized clusters, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm going to sample this color here, this red. And my replacement color is what I want to change it to. So let's change it to, let's do more of like a yellow. And so what you would do is you would use the plus eyedropper, and we just kind of go through and select those colors that you want to continue to change here. All right, so I can start to select back in here if I want to. All right, so I can continue to just select in here. This is looking pretty good. And you can also look as a selection in here in case you want to do something a little bit more. I could go in here and I could just click and drag inside of the image itself. And sometimes you end up grabbing more, and that's a good thing. Sometimes, maybe a little bit too much on that one. Okay, so you're kind of going in. The fuzziness is how much it expands to it, right? So I can do a pretty tight fuzziness, and so, somewhere in the middle is probably a good thing. And I could change the hue again. I could change it. I can make it a little bit more pink. I can make them blue. And you can see it's very easy to change this. And I do OK. And it's a new layer kind of right on top, which is really cool. One last thing just to show you the difference between the image cluster is, what am I doing? Adjustment, replace color. If I have it checked on localized color cluster, and I go to select, and I go to select multiples, it kind of won't let me do that. All right, let's change so you can see. It won't let me select multiple things. It just keeps replacing it with that one selection. So if you uncheck localized clusters, that is kind of what allow you to get that. Okay, so if we move on to another one, it's really the same kind of principle. We're just going to duplicate this image, image adjustment, replace color. I'm going to select this red. We're going to change it to green. We're going to select on the plus eyedropper and just continue to select it. And it selects it. What is really great about this is you can see even inside the lips and everything, it is selecting it. And you do OK, and there you've changed your image in a matter of seconds. So moving on to the next one that we're going to do, we'll do this one, and we're going to duplicate it. I don't know why I selected all red images. That's interesting. Anyway, you can do it with any color images. Replace color. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select this red, and let's change it to, I don't know, let's change it to 2. And then add the plus eyedropper, and you're just going to go in and start selecting. And you can see when I did this one in the shadows, you can see it selected her face and some of this background that's in here. And that is just, you're going to have to go in with a mask, right? So let's do OK. So now I'm just going to put a mask on this. And we're just going in and select out her face, right? I'm just doing a very sloppy job just to show you the idea. Okay, so that's kind of what you would do with that, and anything here, just selected a little bit larger than I wanted to over here, so you can just mask that out, right? But this masking is a lot easier than trying to mask out that whole entire hood. Okay, so that's replace color.